guys, Din Spence here again. I've got COVID. I think it's a good idea to kind of share each of our individual experiences. Then we can kind of have an idea for ourselves, the reality of what's happening. For me, I had a set of night shifts, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was off for 3 days after that, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I remembered feeling really rough when I went back to work on Thursday, but I didn't have enough sleep after the night shifts, so I thought I was feeling really rough because I didn't have enough sleep. Didn't really think any of it. I remembered having like a different sensation when I was sleeping. Something different with my breathing. I can't really explain what it was, but I was starting to have a suspicion that I'm having a fever. Like, I'm so hyperactive. I have some sort of attention deficit sometimes. A lot of things will distract me. Like, I would think of something and I want to do that right now. It's not very typical for me to be sitting and not getting bored. I would always be getting bored. I remember going to visit my kids on the Wednesday that I was off, and then coming back home, like, I just want to lay down and watch Netflix. That's not very usual for me. I was thinking then, like, am I okay? Why do I feel this way? But then I thought maybe I just need a break, so I had a break from my live, because normally I would go live every day and I would feel like the desire for that. But on that day, I didn't feel like going live. Felt like I just want to lay on the couch and watch Netflix, and that's what I did. I just watched a series. It was My Lover, My Killer. I've watched so much Netflix over the past few days that I've been ill. That evening was kind of weird for me. I was just laying there quite contently, but I thought, oh, maybe this is one of those days, because you do get lazy days, and I understand that, and I'm thinking maybe that's my lazy day. Still kind of strange for me the way I felt so super sleepy. And then on the Friday, I had another long day shift, and I was that day I was actually starting to have more suspicion that I might have something. I was observing myself the whole day, and I was thinking I have to get my temperature checked. Suspicion that I have a fever. So this has happened to me in the past. Like, I would have a fever and I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't realize, because when I get distracted by other things, like things that I need to do, I just don't feel it. That's my problem with my being hyperactive. I don't notice when I have a fever. The only time I would notice is if I realize like my behavior is different. On the Friday, I was in trauma, and I love trauma, so that distracted me from realizing that I have a fever again. I scrubbed for a case. Finished scrubbing for that case. It took a long time, so it ended around 3, and I had lunch then. While I was on my lunch break, I was actually sitting on this comfortable chair, and I was thinking, like, every time I lean back, it makes me feel like this feels so good, and it makes me feel like I want to like sleep. And I was thinking, that's strange. And the things that were happening the past few days, now I'm actually starting to think, because I slept very well the night before. I had a very good sleep. I woke up and I felt so much better than the day before, and now I still feel like I feel sleepy. So I'm like, maybe there is something wrong. And so I'm like, I'm gonna check my temperature. But I didn't get the chance because I don't remember what happened. I don't remember what happened, but I remembered having to scrub for another case to release staff so they can go home, because I'm doing an 8 to 8 shift, and that didn't finish until 6. And then around 6:30, when I finished that case, I'm like, I really have to check my temperature. And so I went through recovery and checked my temperature, and it was 38.2. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew I had a fever. I told my superiors and asked them, did you want me to go home? Because I feel like I have symptoms, because I'm starting to cough. I felt the other night that I was having something wrong with my breathing, and I'm starting to feel like there's a little bit of cough coming. So I checked my lateral flow. Yeah, I have to record that. I haven't recorded it. Anyway, I've been checking it, but it's always negative. And then when I had this fever, I checked it again, still negative. I got sent home, and then because it's late at night, I couldn't book my PCR test then. And then so I went there, did the PCR test, but I was starting to feel worse. Starting to have a sore throat. I was losing my voice. It was getting like harder to breathe, but not that hard, and not that kind of hard. I think my worst days were Saturday and Sunday. So I was self-isolating while I was waiting my results. And then I told my kids as well to get checked because my daughter was starting to show symptoms, and even though I don't know the result of the PCR yet, I had a strong feeling that I had it, especially when my daughter started to have symptoms. She tested positive, my son tested positive, and I felt so guilty because I visited them a few days before, and I knew, oh my gosh, they are the people that I was in close contact with, like the past 48 hours before I started to feel the symptoms. And they are the ones that I would have, given it to. And they were with their dad at this time. And they both tested positive. I was like, I definitely have a very strong suspicion that I have it. And because of the symptoms that I'm feeling, kind of very similar to what people explain how it feels like. And I was starting to cough more and more, like a continuous cough. It's like it would have a pause in between, and then all of a sudden you have like a coughing fit again. For me, my symptoms were the fever, and then when I'm sleeping, sometimes I could feel like some sort of pain when you exhale on expiration. There's certain positions that it's kind of difficult to breathe. It didn't really get that bad for me. Some people actually told me how much worse their experiences were. I managed to just have it at home. The worst bit was only a few days, probably 3 days max. The worst was, I think it was Sunday night, when I had a really bad sore throat. Like, my sore throat was so painful that I actually sometimes wake up in the middle of the night. Like, my sleep wasn't good. I've been sleeping on and off, very chesty. I've been coughing, painful at the back. Like, there's some sort of back pain that it doesn't seem like it's like a muscular back pain. It's like a different kind of back pain. And then Monday, when I woke up, I actually felt so much better. It was like, that's the end of it. Today, it's Wednesday. I feel like I've got my energy back. So Monday, I felt so much better. My throat is not sore anymore. I felt like a surge of energy, and I felt kind of energetic for a bit. But then, like after that, I felt like sleepy again. Like kind of still lazy, And then Tuesday, yesterday, I had more energy, but still a bit tired. Today, I feel like I'm back to normal, but there's still a side of me that kind of feels like I want to lie down, But hey, see, I'm hyperactive. Now I want to do a video. So I am fully vaccinated, vaxxed to the max, as Phil would say. I've had the 2 doses, I had the booster. And lately I've been comparing what your experience is, if you're vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated. To go back to work, what I need to do is, so basically, if you're symptomatic, day 0 is the first day that you had your symptoms. If you're asymptomatic, the day 0 will be the day you took the PCR test. For me, because I'm symptomatic, my day 0 will be Thursday when I felt really rough. So that means 0 is Thursday, so Friday is 1. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can start taking a lateral flow test, and then Thursday, another lateral flow test. If both are negative, then I can go back to work on Friday. But I'm off on Friday anyway, so there's no point for me. If it's positive, you don't go back to work until you get 2 negative results, unless you're on the day number 10, and apparently whatever happens on day number 10, whatever your lateral flow result is, you have to go back to work. So that's the way it is. Thank you for watching my video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'm a ninja without a name. Don't fall in love.